but snap this ball. You can see right there, bam, pass lead to the outside, that time possession catch. And you can see dot. What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be going over a money route that's going to be fantastic against cover 4, cover 3, and a cover 2. So we're in the West Coast offense, and it's a very specific route. This is going to be found in Gun Bunch. You can also find this in the Miami Split Close, but the route kind of looks like a wheel route. There is a difference between the wheel route that you can put out on a hot route and this wheel route. So we're going to go into mesh post, and we're going to just keep into a simple old cover 3. So we're going to go cover 3 sky. Now, to set this up and to get it to work against a cover 2 or a cover 3, the way I like to do it, and you'll see other people do it differently, is I like to put X on an out route. The reason I like to have it on an out route is if it is a cover 3, then you're going to be able to hit that out route every single time. Not only that, but when we get into cover 2, you guys are going to see there is a little difference between an out route and a flat route with a cloud flat. So I'm going to go ahead and just set this up. This is how I'm going to run it every single time. If you leave that drag and say there is a vertical hook out there, it's just going to make a huge old cluster on that side of the field. Essentially what we're doing is we're creating a money play right here by itself. I'm going to hop off this linebacker, get onto a D-line, and you'll see why, or whoever, I'd probably rather have LaShawn McCoy in there, but whoever your running back is with a pass lead to the inside, absolute money against a cover 3. So we'll snap the ball, you can see right there, bam, pass lead to the inside, possession catch, and you can see dot. Every single time, money guaranteed. So we'll go ahead and put him on a flat route this time. Now, oops, with a flat route, what you have to do is you have to motion it, in Gun Bunch in particular, you have to motion this guy in, then put him on a flat. You'll see he's on a flat, then you can motion him back out and leave him like that. Now, my slot receiver, I'm putting on a hitch. Again, you don't want to drag or anything just flooding that side of the field because it's just not going to work nearly as effective as if you were to just leave that space wide open. So right here, again, this is with a flat route, pass lead it to the inside, bam. That time, surprisingly enough, almost 9 times out of 10, I can throw that wheel route and this little curl flat won't play that. In that situation, it did. We'll go ahead and try that one more time. We'll motion him in, put him on a flat route, motion him back out, and put RB on a hitch, and almost always you're guaranteed to get a good possession catch. If you notice that, that's kind of why I like to put these out routes instead, but you can see right there, bam, absolute money. This is going to carry over to cover 4, cover 3. Cover 2 is going to be slightly different. I'm going to go ahead and audible straight into a Tampa 2. This is really where I'm going to go ahead and always put the out route on the field and then make sure we just clear that side of the field. This is really good when you get about 10 yards, but 5 yards and closer, it's going to be too close to work against cover 2, and you're going to end up throwing a pick. So this one, the difference between this and a cover 3, I'm going to make a vertical hook, make sure a vertical hook's on there. So we're going to go ahead and flip this play. There we go. Don't know why the player shifted over, but you know what, whatever. The thing with a cover 2 is you're going to have to throw this wheel route a little bit earlier than what you might anticipate. If you throw it a little bit too late, that vertical hook is actually going to play it. I'm going to try my best to get the timing right here, but with a good pass lead in between the cloud flat or soft squat, hard flat, whatever they put out there, and the vertical hook, you can often get yourself about a 4-yard gain. Now, keep in mind, this isn't a route that you're going to just like bomb them over the top or whatever the case may be. This is something you're looking for, just short yards. So let's go ahead and snap this ball. See right there, bam, pass lead to the inside. That time he drops it, but you can see there is a window to be able to throw this wheel route. So let's go ahead and audible back into cover 2. I'm going to put X on an out route, RB on a hitch. And this is essentially, this is by itself a money play. But snap this ball. You can see right there, bam, pass lead to the outside, that time possession catch. And you can see dot. Now, I want to make a little addition to this as well against a cover 3 and a cover 2. And this is low point pass. What did I just do? I don't know what I just did right there. I guess I just hit press. But this is a low point pass. With a low point pass and a possession catch or an ad catch, you'll often find yourself getting these leaping animations. Hopefully we can get that animation right now. But let's go ahead and snap this ball. We'll low point pass to the inside. Bam. That time he doesn't get that leaping animation, but you'll often find yourself, if you possession or ag it, they'll do this dive forward. I wish I could show you guys. I'm not outside right now, but they pretty much just lay their entire body out and go for a ag catch or whatever you guys want to call it. So let's audible back into cover 2. Again, if you're going against a cover 2, put this guy on an out route. You just need to pull that cloud flat out. If you put them on a flat route, they tend to stop I don't know why, but they tend to stop earlier than if it is an out route, and then the cloud flat's able to jump that wheel route, and it creates a mess. So as always, make sure you're clearing that entire side of the field. The primary read right here is almost always going to be this wheel route every single time. So let's go ahead and snap this ball. It's right there, pass it to the outside, dot. That's the kind of animation we are looking for all the time. The only way that they're really going to be able to get rid of this is as the following. The best way I found is make sure that the outside linebacker, not a middle linebacker, is an vert hook, and then just shade down. So let's go and put him on an out route, RB on a hitch. And even then, if they shade down, you often find yourself being able to hit it over the top of this vertical hook. So let's snap the ball. Pray that one get a little bit of time. You can see right there, that time he matches and we get picked. I'm not sure why he matched right there. Sometimes they'll match, sometimes they won't. But you can still see that there is a window still to throw. Again, this is a cover 2 shade down with a vertical hook. So let's go ahead and get this set up. Again, we'll look for a running back on a wheel route. It's right there. Bam, pass lead it to the outside. Dot for a gain about 7 yards because we get dragged forward so frequently in this game. But you guys can see this is a consistent route that you can hit. Now let's go ahead and get a little bit closer to the red zone. We're going to get to the 10-yard line. If you're about the 10-yard line, this is probably going to be your best route to go to try and ideally get a roll-in touchdown. But 10-yard is really where it's going to start getting a little more difficult, especially as you face a cover 2. So we're going to go ahead and just keep a cover 3 out there, and we'll shade underneath. We'll snap this ball. Bam, pass lead it to the inside. A dot, and you can see right there, gain of 5 yards. Now let's go cover 2 real fast. Cover 2, you still should be able to fit this in, though it is going to be a lot more difficult because there's just so little field to work with. So let's go ahead and snap this ball. You can see right there, bam. Easy possession catch, dot. You notice he's getting to the 5 yard every single time before he gets tackled. Now let's go ahead and get even closer. We're going to go right on the 5. I'm pretty sure that fat man needs to move out of the way so I can see where the ball is. We're going to go right on the 5 yard line. Close enough to the 5 yard line. I know there's some people out there that are really picky about this. So in a cover 3, you can hit this. There's no question. Let's just go ahead and shade underneath. You can still hit this against a cover 3. A cover 2, you definitely cannot. But you can see right there, bam. I don't know. That might have been a touchdown. It's going to be really close. But you can see cover 3, cover 4. You're going to be able to hit that all the time. If they leave it stock, you're going to be able to hit it. So let's go ahead and snap this ball. The curl flat, you notice, will play a little more aggressively to the inside. But again, dot, and I'm pretty sure that time it is a touchdown. Now, let's show you guys cover 2. Talking about earlier with the shade underneath, this is where you're really going to find it to be difficult to get this play to work. I'm going to try forcing it in just to show you guys that it's going to be really tough. And let's just go and force this in. You can see right there, we gain about 2 yards. But as you get closer and closer, that vertical hook's going to be able to play it more and more aggressively. Let's go right down to the 2 yard. I think I'm on the 2 yard line. Nope. A little bit further right, roughly about the 2 yard line, and we're going to audible into a cover 2 and shade underneath. This is where it's going to be dang near impossible to throw that route because you have to worry about a deep half, you have to worry about this hard flat, and then you have to worry about that vertical hook. At this point, it's so compressed, you're almost never going to fit it. I'm going to go ahead and flip this cover 2 as well, so we have a vertical hook on the outside linebacker. Snap the ball, bam, you can force it in. But you can see right there, you're not gaining any sort of yards. Again, because first off, we're going against a zoned out player, but also the field is so compressed, it's going to be really tough to fit that ball in. So anything from 10 yard and further, I really recommend you start using this route. I'm going to show you guys the difference right now. Let's go back to the 30 yard line between this kind of wheel route and a hot routed wheel route. There is a difference between the two, so I'm just going ahead and put like this, hot route, this wheel route. You see there's a difference between the two already. This is the original, this is a hot route. Big difference. This hot routed wheel route runs way further to the sideline, and that's why it's going to be a little more difficult to fit in. But against a cover 3, you'll often find yourself still be able to fit it in inside the curl flat and the hook curl. So you can see right there, bam, dot. Cover 2, it's going to be a little more tricky. So let's audible into cover 2. Hot route this wheel route. We'll put RB on hitch. Again, I just want to leave that side of the field clear. Snap this ball. It's right there. Bam. We try throwing it. The cloud flat is now able to play the wheel route. And if they click on, the odds are they're going to be able to pick it. And that's going to be a consistent thing you're going to see across the board. We'll even do a shade underneath. and then hot route the wheel route, out route, RB on a hitch, snap this ball. You can see right there, bam, we can fit it inside, but because that's a hard flat, unlike last time with a cloud flat or a curl flat, we could fit it in a small window. But because there is a hard flat, you're not going to be able to just throw that immediately. The thing with this wheel route against a cover 2 hard flat is you're going to have to wait for it to develop. This is going to get over the top of this hard flat, but remember, it's going to take a little bit more time for this route to develop. So let's go ahead and snap this ball. Let's see if we can get some time in the pocket to make this throw. It's right there, bam, pass it to the outside. You can see super easy dot. So while you can't throw it like you could in between the flat defender and the hook defender, you can still fit it over the top of the flat defender, provided that it is not a soft squat or a cloud flat. If it's a soft squat or a cloud flat, soft squat's going to be able to jump that really easily. If it's a cloud flat, you can see there is a small window that you can throw between the vertical hook and the cloud flat, provided that you have an out route. So with that being said, I just wanted to bring you guys this route. This route is specific, and it's specific towards formations. You can't hot route this wheel route. And if you try putting a wheel route in, let's just say a single back formation, the wheel route is always going to be ran to the wide side. It's never going to be ran to the short side. Promise you guys. Don't try it. I've tried it before. So just look for wheel routes that look like this as you hop out of the huddle, or I'll show you guys a better example as you're looking at your play calls. You're looking for this specific wheel route. Again, this is mesh, mathematical mesh post. You see that wheel, you can kind of tell it's a little different of a wheel route because it pretty much turns and runs straight up field inside the hash marks, barely outside the hash marks, but still it cuts up field close enough to inside the hash marks to be one of those good wheel routes that we are looking for. Again, there's another one that you guys can find within Miami Split Close. We're going to have that on MyStreetMadden.com. It's part of the full offense from trip side in, gun bunch, I-form slot, strong pro, split close, obviously. It's going to have all of that stuff included. So if you guys are using West Coast offense, mesh post, super solid play. This play alone, if you just out route that lone side receiver, spot route, hitch route the slot receiver, that's a money play. This has been T Meister. Get into the lab. See ya.